Hello, welcome. This is CS1941. At 2020, March 21, on the afternoon, Beijing time, a China Eastern Airline MU5735 flight numbered B1791. Its service age is 6.8 years. It was carrying 132 people and 9 crew members. After taking off from Kunming Changshan Airport at 1:15 afternoon, it should have landed at Guangzhou Baiyun Airport at 3:05, but it was crashed in Mongsong Village, Kanong Town, Tankang, Wenzhou City, Guangxi Zhong Autonomous Region around 2:18, with no one survived. From the news video shot within the China, we could guess the crash point is near around Mongsong Village, but surely is in the mountain. The footage showed us the crash place was burning with huge fire. The huge fire also proved that the plane fallen wasn't caused by running out of fuel. So we can assume it is near around the blue circle. However, we don't have exactly coordinate to support my assumption. Later analyze the Mongsong Village will be my temporary crash point for what exactly happened from 2:20 to 2:22 in these 2 minutes. So what is the truth of the accident? This is the surveillance footage of the plane going down. We can clearly see the plane falling at high speed at an almost vertical angle. The video footage comes from surveillance video of Tanxian Changfa Mining Company. I found their production plant is located in Mandi Village, Pongnan Town. The company location in the city on the left top. But after I researched the locations this company has enrolled, I found their production plant in the Madi village where they place the surveillance can exactly catch the plane fall. So let's draw a line from Mandi village to the MU5735 crash points. Its distance to Mongsong village measures approximately 5.8 km away, which is exactly the distance what the reporter in the China interviewed the female staff from the Tanxian Chengfa Mining Company said. And we combine the granular data available on the Flight Radar 24 website, the last coordinate received by ADSB stand for Automatic Dependent Surveillance Broadcast, and we input 3 minutes of the coordinate before the crash. We circle the last ADSB position with yellow circle and the crash location with purple circle. And then we circle the Mandi village color with cyan, and I believe many smart people can see the problem now. The last location from ADSB report is not only far away from the crash point, and also the angle is impossible. So now we link all the sampling data together. You can see the path during the plane fall down. However, we can see the last angle is less than 90 degrees, which is dynamic impossible. Why it is happening? The explanation is the use of maps for coordinate positioning within China. The China adopts Mars coordinate system based on security reasons with the addition of a non-linear offset. Therefore, the Flight Radar 24 received the adapted coordinates, which is wrong. Even now, they still receive wrong data of coordinate every second for the flight in the China. It is not big news. I guess it's common sense in this China airline business. However, the authority media may not allow to tell the truth under the interest of China, which may involve them into political trouble and their profit. Also, the coordinate may not be exactly what they are on the map, but on the aircraft trajectory, altitude, and navigation still has its logic and rationality. Therefore, I adjust the coordinate from the map, which is more sensible to what actually happened. And we link the footage taken points from Mandi village to crash points Monson village, which explain the footage taken from the surveillance while the plane drop is vertical in the video. Because they are on the same direction, we can clearly see the plane was fall vertically. Assume the data flight radar received was correct. The plane fall down path in the video should be the left hand side picture I drew. It should slide from the top left side to the right side in the video, or couldn't even catch the plane from the surveillance. However, the footage shows the plane fall down vertically. After the coordinate adjustment, it builds us the real path during the accident, and we can link the 3 points with a linear line, which proves the point is highly possible to be the truth and still use the flight radar 24 ADS-B data from the China to analyze. It is a system constantly to report the possible location, altitude, speed, track, and also other information. And here is important. The speed means to be the ground speed, not the air speed. We will talk about it later. Although the data is far less than the black boxes, we can still use it to rebuild a possible model for what happened during the accident. Here is the data we gathered from Flight Radar 24, and I put them into 5 phases with different colors. I made it into 5 phases with different colors to let people easy to understand. The first is white. Before 2:20, which is the cruise before accident happened. The last sampling was 2:20:43 seconds. The second is the yellow. This is the critical 20 seconds from 2:20:59 seconds to 2:21:09 seconds, which is the time plane start to stall. How do we know? From the table we can see the speed drop from 457 nautical mile per hour to 386 nautical mile per hour. The stage is the stall begun. And stall means the lift force generated by the air force suddenly decreases when the aerodynamic angle of attack of the airfoil increases to a certain level and the speed drops rapidly, which causes the speed cannot generate enough lift force. It could be the wind frozen and heavily covered with the ice cause the weight of the plane increase over the critical limits or the equipment's failure, which we may not able to know until they release the final data from the black box. And here we need to talk about the speed. It is represented as nautical mile per hour, that is 1.852 km per hour. This is not the air speed, it's ground speed. So the ground speed equals airspeed plus wind speed. When the plane at the altitude 29,100 feet, the wind speed is approximately 180 nautical mile per hour. And when the airspeed goes below 200 nautical mile per hour, the plane will start to losing its lift force. It's necessary to use this aerodynamic before landing, but now it happened during the cruise phase. So we see from the table I made at 2:20:59 seconds, the ground speed was 437 nautical mile per hour and airspeed was 353 nautical mile per hour. At 2:21:04 seconds, the ground speed is 425 nautical miles per hour and airspeed is 345 nautical mile. At 2:21:09 seconds, the ground speed is 386 nautical mile and airspeed is 206. Data is critical. It means the plane is going below 200 nautical mile within a second. We also can note during the yellow phase, the plane head was nose up instead of nose down. Based on the data, it was losing the speed instead of increasing it. The altitude dropped from 29,100 feet and 22,250 feet. However, the drop in altitude still fairly large during these 20 seconds. The surface I marked with blue is descent, from 2:21:14 seconds to 2:21:45 seconds. During these 30 seconds, the plane used descent to regain the speed to avoid stall. When the airspeed below 200 nautical miles per hour, the plane will automatically trigger descent and nose down to accelerate the speed to regain enough speed to lift out, with or without pilots controlling. The altitude drop from 22,250 foot at 2:21.9 seconds to 7,850 foot at 2:21.45 seconds. The height decreased 14,500 foot within 36 seconds, which is 24,166 foot drop per minute. It was generating the weight force far above the normal passengers can bear. The comfortable level to lift out and descend for the passenger without pilot training is 1,500 foot to 3,000 foot per minute. If the change of altitude over 3,000 foot per minute, the passengers may cause weightless feeling. In this case, it even reached 24,166 foot per minute. That is 8 times more than standard level for passengers, which may also cause severe injury or sickness during the process. It is fact what happened during the plane fall down and how the passenger felt with their physical body. So what is the track stand for in the table? We put the coordinate and we found the flight path wasn't straight line head to Guangzhou Baiyun Airport. The track is the design path to the target location, and we can see from the table the track data changed during the accident happening. When the track number is 100 means the plane's direction is on the designed path. It normally is straight line. When the number is lower than 100 means the plane head to the left. When the number is more than 100 means the plane head to the right. The white line in the image stands for the actual direction to the Guangzhou Baiyun Airport. At 2:21.9 seconds, the track back to 100 from 91, and the plane's direction changed to 123 at 2:21.14 seconds and 140 at 2:21.19 seconds. The rapid change of the direction caused the lift-out force drop more quicker, which descend the plane with high speed with gravity. From the table, we also can see the speed was climbing from 386 nautical mile per hour at 2:21.9 seconds to 590 nautical mile per hour at 2:21.45 seconds. And we convert to the airspeed, it's like 206 nautical mile per hour increased to 310 nautical mile per hour. The fourth phase with green is pulled out. We can see the pilots try to recontrol the plane to avoid the crash. From the 2:21.55 seconds to 2:22.5 seconds, it provided the information that engine was still functioning. However, the real part, that is, the captain should be able to make an emergency called Mayday. But so far, airport control tower received nothing. The pilots pulled out the plane from the lowest point, 7,425 foot, at 2:21.55 seconds and reached the 8,600 foot at 2:22.5 seconds. We also can see the change in the V-speed from the negative into positive. So what is V-speed stand for? For the most people think it is velocity of speed. As we learn the physics from the school, we subconsciously think that V stand for velocity. But actually it is called vertical speed per minute that represents how fast the plane increase or decrease on the flight altitude. So we can see from the blue phase that the plane V-speed data increased from negative 30,976 nautical miles at 2:21.14 seconds to negative 15,744 nautical miles at 2:21.45 seconds. The number became positive 3,520 nautical miles at 2:21.55 seconds to 8,448 nautical miles at 2:21.14 seconds. When the number is positive, it is indicated the plane pulled out the vertical distance from the ground. When it is negative, it means the plane reduced the vertical distance to the ground. The final phase, the plane stall again and fall down directly. I marked it with red. We can see the vertical speed change from positive 8,448 nautical miles into negative 13,248 nautical miles at 2:22:21 seconds, and it decreasing to negative 30,796 nautical miles at 2:22:35 seconds, which is also the last sampling collected from the ADS-B. The flight stalled again with some reason. It lost control again, and the plane fell with almost vertical angle to the ground this time. The controller at Guangzhou Airport Control Tower found the abnormality and tried to call the MU5735 crew at 2:21, but received no response. They also called out several nearby flights, including the crew of Hainan Airline MU7152 and China Southern Airline CZ3764 to help to call the crew on MU5735. They has called the MU5735 unit several times during those critical 3 minutes of the accident. The last call was made by the pilot of Shanghai Airline FN9256, and no reply was received. The plane lost its signals at 2:22. So from the analysis we made for the video, we know it was low chance to be running out of fuel, engine failure, or power outage. It could be the wing frozen and covered with a layer of ice, or human error, including the chance of suicide. But if it were caused by the weather, some kind of outside factor, the captain and vice captain MU5735 can call out for emergency call like Mayday. But no airport control tower and other flights nearby received any message. The captain of MU5735 has more than 6,000 hours flying experience, and the vice captain even had 32,000 hours more flying experience, which is 5 times more than the captain. Their flying experience should enough for them to do the reaction for the emergency to make a call to nearby flight and airport control tower. It is a mystery. We need to wait the black box to tell us the truth. Thank you for watching the video, and please subscribe.